remember that warm fall. I think she's here. He's got a puppy and experience the beautiful weather and often. But you know what? I like it. I don't mind it at all. So, well, I would like to start out with some introductions for everybody, and then get going on our agenda. I am Ms. Nyquist, and I'm the president. I have a fourth grader in sketch, and I have a middle schooler in sixth grade. And this time, I didn't get all the chance I could, but I just want people to share something that you are looking forward to in 2016. And with this cold weather, one thing I'm really looking forward to is the end of February. I'm going to Vegas with some coworkers for a little girls getaway. And I hope it's fun. Because I hear that it's not always warm in Vegas in the winter. It can snow and the pools are cold.
Yeah.
It'll be warmer than here.
I went there in February once. It was quite cold.
Was it? It will be warmer than here.
Yep. Yep.
Right? I love my kids, but sometimes it's
Sure, I'm Rochelle McCord, and I'm looking forward to slightly warmer temperatures, better for skiing.
I'm Ted Hens, I'm the principal, and I'm just looking to spend more time with my family.
I'm Julie Reese. I have fourth, third, and first grader here and an eighth grader. And I'm looking forward to the new job that I just accepted at 5 o'clock.
Oh, congratulations.
I'm Jennifer Karowski, and I have a third grader and a fourth grader. I'm the secretary, and I'm looking forward to our trip to San Diego. I'm Jen Johnson, and I have a second grader in this class and a kindergarten with Mrs. Weiss. And I'm looking to summer vacation camping. I'm Sarah Gorder, and I have a sixth grader and a fourth grader with Mrs. Shea, and a third grader with Mrs. Bank. And I'm looking forward to the cabin. I'm Jen Holt, and I have a fifth grader, a third grader, and a preschooler. And I am looking forward to, we're going to go to Yellowstone this summer camp. So I'm excited to plan that. I'm Alicia Winchard. I have a fifth grader, first grader, preschooler. And I'm looking forward to my wedding this year, whenever that gets planned. Kim Webber, I have a first grader and a fifth grader. I am looking forward to, I don't know, January being over? No, I don't know. Planting flowers. I can't wait till I can get outside and do that. So.
I'm Jennifer Shepard. I'm a second grader and a kindergartner. I'm looking forward to our trip to Disney.
Fun.
I'm Sarah Gutzman. I have a first grader and a preschooler. I'm looking forward to a girls' trip to Sedona at the end of February. And I guess kind of looking forward, my daughter's first year of competition dance, so competition season's coming up. So I think Mr. Inns is looking forward to this minivan.
Kate Scappel, I have a fifth grader in Miss Packel's class, and then a second grader in Miss Renault's class. I'm the vice president of PTSA, and I am looking forward to February, going to Mexico for 7 whole days. No children, just sand and pools and beach, and it'll be wonderful.
I'm Nikki Groves, and I have a first grader, and I'm looking forward to winning the lottery.
You and 3 million other people. Yeah.
Rachel Rodriguez, I have a kindergartner and a preschooler. Last year I legally went to Cuba, and I'm looking forward to starting my application to go back.
I'm Ruth Maddox Schofield. I'm the treasurer. I have 2 fifth graders and this year we're planning a trip out to Montana. Field trip for families.
I'm Jen Pitch. I have a, no, we're doing.
Mhm.
In this models class, third grade language.
And then something I'm looking forward to in 2016.
I'm looking forward to.
Really don't.
You're ready. The cold being on, I guess. I'll stay on season. Soccer, so that's it. I'm looking forward to soccer.
I'm Taya Hurt. I have a first grader and a 3-year-old, and I am looking forward to her being potty trained.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing, everyone. And I think we're just gonna move right along, right into the secretary's report.
I have 15 copies of it. So December meeting minutes, we had welcomes from Kate Fran meeting us. And we were reaching out for a treasurer and a silent auction co-chair. Well, for the silent auction this year. We had approval on the November 15 meeting minutes. We gave the bank reconciliations through November. Mr. Enns talked about chicken bingo, the winter break coming up. We're a third through the school year already. Cinema day. Then we had standing committee updates. We had just sent the spirit wear order form the following day. Stephanie and Jen talked about salting the preparation for that. Sarah Gordon gave a health and wellness update. And then open committee talked about the new website and the launch of the Google Hangout. And for new business, we had Kelly, and I don't think I got her last name. She was from Booster Fund and talked about our fun run and the different ways that their company run those. That's an alternate. And the meeting adjourned at 7:13.
I want to make a motion. Thank you. Treasurer's report?
Okay. Nothing too much. Really the one thing is I made some notes. We got our taxes back. We send them out to an accounting firm to do, and they do our state report and our federal taxes. We have to file. We don't owe any taxes for our federal, but we have to file as a charitable organization, and then as the state, we just renew yearly our registration as a organization and pay our yearly fee. I'll pass this around to you guys in case everyone's super interested to see. Probably the big thing that's interesting is we just see again that the end of last year we had $12,000 on the books for last year's money, and then that at the end of the federal stuff, she puts together just a really quick little spreadsheet of what our gross receipts are. So those are probably, as I pass around, the only things. Otherwise, you are welcome to read the 30 pages of tax information. Those are the 2 things I went to where there was oh, there's dollar signs. I understand that. So I'll just pass it around. So those got them back, sent them in, filed with the state, filed with federal. So that's done for the year. Other than that, I just got the bank reconciliation that I passed out to everyone. Our income so this is for December, the end of last year, about $2,500. And right now, the stuff that's coming in is probably pretty much from our yearbook. People putting in for our yearbook. And the expenses that are going out, I put down below. elementary stuff. Any questions or? That's it for where we're at.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Any motion to approve?
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Say nay.
Well, lots of dates coming up in the next month, it's kind of a busy month. Last night we had kindergarten registration. Obviously the weather kind of hampered that a little bit. We didn't get as many families as we normally do, so we'll continue to work through that process. We have 114 families that live in the Pine Bend attendance area that could come to Pine Bend next year. So hopefully we can connect with all those families and get them all here. Tomorrow, or not tomorrow evening, Thursday evening is the schools in the community night for Skyline Manufacturing Village. From 5 to 6, we'll be meeting down there at the community center. Monday, obviously, no school for MLK Day. This Friday, actually, I jumped ahead. It is an early release day. There'll be staff development in the afternoon. Class will dismiss at 11:45 for students. Let's see. And then conferences are coming up. Winter conferences, spring conferences, whatever you want to call them, the last conference of the year, the 27th, the 28th, 29th. Hopefully everybody received information on that, and the letters are going home with the approximate time that you'll be having your conferences for your students. And that's just a reminder that there is no school on Friday, January 29th then. Evening conferences and on the 27th and 28th, and day conferences on the 29th. On the 21st of January, it is the 5th grade kindness retreat, respect retreat. Well, that will be held at St. Pat's this year. We've always gone to Good Shepherd, but it's made a little bit of a change this year. Financially, it was a little bit better situation for us, so we are going to St. Pat's this year. And we'll still be using the same organization we always do. The kids are really looking forward to that. I've been able to go and sit for at least maybe 90 minutes each day, and it was just a really good time. The kids really come back and do a nice job of presenting what they learned at one of our PBIS assemblies as well. And a couple things Mrs. Pierce wanted me to talk about. If the PTSA would like to put something in the newsletter, please have it to her by the 21st of this month. And I guess this is just for general, just real quick. If we're getting salt day supplies in, do you just want us to put those in the PTSA closet?
If you guys want to, that's fine.
Yep.
However you guys want to handle it up there.
That's kind of it. And the last thing is about somebody thunder, salt day's coming up. Any questions? That's a lot of dates and things coming up for the month of January. Can be kind of busy.
Yeah, sorry, what did you
Pass the baby.
You wanna hold the baby?
Sorry. Any, I just watched everyone's heads fall. I don't have any questions. Thank you. Okay, updates, Salt Day.
Salt Day is coming along. We have everyone assigned. All the teachers are signed. I think we're missing a leader for dream catchers, but we're going to send out a reminder email to all the volunteers, and hopefully one of the many volunteers will volunteer to lead that. I don't think it was too hard. Was it too hard to do? Okay. I don't know. We're getting supplies in. I'm going to meet with some of the committee people after this to start handing out shopping duties and cutting duties, and yeah, everything seems to be fine. We have a math scientist person this year. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Well, that's about it. So far, so good.
All right, thank you. Any questions? Carnival?
I don't have much to report other than we have our first meeting on Sunday. All the chairs or all the different subcommittees and Nancy, I usually will get together and just make sure everyone's on the same page and everyone's ready to move forward. And hopefully then we'll get lots of volunteers. The planning has just started.
And
and the date of that?
April 22nd.
Any questions about silent auction? I should have wrote carnival. I mean, I did. Okay, any questions about carnival? Silent auction. We are still looking for a committee chair for the silent auction. And, basically that should be starting now, the planning and prep for that. We met as an executive board last night and came up with a plan B for that. So, stepping it down a little from the website and having all the items, because I did a printout and the biggest single category of raising money is the teacher items, and really making it around the teacher items and continuing the raffle and maybe doing pre-buy tickets ahead of time for that, and maybe kind of tucking it a little under the wing of the carnival.
If you have a co-chair, I can do it. I'd be willing to co-chair.
Would you like to do the whole thing or just kind of do what we're talking about with the teacher items and kind of go from there? What do you think?
I don't really know the difference. I was here last year, so I guess we can discuss your preference.
All right, we'll talk after the meeting. Does that work for you?
Yes, co-chair.
I can help you if you want. I can,
Co-chair.
we can co-chair together.
Okay.
I just can't, I wouldn't want to take on the whole thing.
All right, so we'll have a little meeting after and talk about what that may look like. And right from there, what you want to do. Okay. Any other questions about that? Jen, the next two items are for Jen.
Yeah, so, I have some things changing for me and I'm going to be starting back to work full-time in 2 weeks or a little less than 2 weeks now. So some of the things that I've been doing, I'm looking for some assistance during the day because I won't be able to be here during day hours. So, one is Spirit Day stamping, which Allison said she would do. We're just looking for a backup, so it's just Fridays. I can be your backup. Okay, thank you. And then the next one is the teacher potluck coordinator. So during conferences, we usually do a potluck. And it's really just coming in about 2:30 and making sure that things are pulled out of the fridge and set up. And we'll probably just do paper plates and bowls and keep it simple. So if anybody's willing to do that, otherwise I will maybe check with Sarah at the front desk and see if she can step in there and pull things out, or the teachers can pull things out and we can label them. I don't know how else we can manage it.
Would that be something that we would want, maybe would Sarah could send out an email, this is what we're looking for all parents, and maybe there's someone that's not here that may really want to do that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be, I don't think it's a lot, it's just you have to be able to be here at 2:30 and pull things out.
On Friday or
Usually do Friday.
when?
Oh,
No,
no,
Wednesday.
Wednesday, sorry, Wednesday.
So I can help out this time, but I can't sign up for next year. Yeah, but I can.
So is that something, Jen, that would be part of for next year?
Yeah.
Would that be soon enough if we waited till fall to find someone for that, do you think?
It comes up pretty quickly, usually it's like that first, was it like October, first part of October?
I would try and find somebody
I'll add it to the form I have going out to Sarah this week and
Okay.
put a note it for next year.
Excellent, thank you. Art reflection.
So I have been in contact with the director of the program through, I think she actually contacted you as well. I'm trying to get her to come here and actually go over the entire art reflection program. After talking to her for like about an hour and a half about the program, she has a lot to say about it. She's very passionate. So, yeah, a little more than I needed to know at the time. But I'm planning on trying to get her to come here and kind of get the kids excited about it. Because what it is it's a program where the kids will, on their own, do their own artwork, either whether it's play, drawing, whatever it may be. And us as a school get to vote on it. And if there's going to be like prizes at the end that the state does, we actually get to send, I think it's like 4 or 5 to the state, and they actually get like a state prize. So it's a huge program. And it starts in about September, October. So we're way beyond starting it this year.
Okay.
But for next year, I definitely want to get it going and make sure we can get her in here so that we can know more about the program. We haven't done it, according to her, we haven't done it in like 10 years. So it would be good to kind of get everybody on the same page.
Is that something that the teacher needs to
The teacher,
participate in?
yes. Because what she kind of said is the teachers can incorporate an extra, if they want, if they can, an extra like hour of time out of their schedule to do art, maybe to give them the supplies if they can't afford it. That would also be something we would have to do as well. Maybe come up with art supplies donation money, anything like that to kind of help the kids. I know all kids and parents don't have the money to go get clay or whatever it is. And so it's probably you and I would probably have to talk before we started. You and I. Sorry. Or next
Well,
year.
and Mr. Inns, we'd have to include
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Inns, talk about, you know,
Yeah.
what are they currently doing for art, you know, like, so we need to make sure that it aligns with what they're already doing and the
Because right
time in
now,
their schedules, yeah.
There is, make a long story short there, they have, art vertical team.
Okay.
And what it is, the high school, middle school, or working with the elementary teachers, bringing down those concepts they want the students to have before they enter middle school and high school, something very simple.
Okay.
I mean, they don't spend a great deal of time on art. Some teachers do it on their own more. There's a couple, 2 or 3 projects that each teacher does throughout the course of the year. It's kind of aligned through the, I guess, the vertical team on what they want to have happen. So, I mean, it could be a conversation and we can see where it goes from there.
Okay. Every year she does a different theme, so it would be going off a theme for the entire school year. And they kind of incorporate that into their lecture as a teacher as well. So that would be like a conversation with us and the teachers as well. So as far as our reflection, nothing's gonna really start until September, but there's a lot of stuff that we can kind of like the supplies and all that stuff. We can definitely gather that stuff.
Is there ever any discussion about bringing art back as a specialist
There,
in the district?
I mean, we talked about a number of different things, but
Mhm.
whether it happens or not, I think it's still kind of out there, just trying to figure out where we're at once this vertical team gets kind of set up and what more do we want to have happen within schools. It's kind of that piece, it's budgetary piece as well.
Right.
But, so I would say right now, it's probably not something that's on the table for, at least in my opinion, the next couple of years.
Yeah, okay.
Is it something that, because I know there are some parents that have wanted more art, is it something where if it doesn't fit into the teacher's plan to do this type of art, that it could still be rolled out to the parents, and if parents have children that want to do it at home or whatever as an option, is that something that
Yeah.
is possible?
Yep, that's pretty much part of the program. Yes,
Okay.
where we can send home. Jessica gave me a outline to kind of just draft it up, letting the parents know what it is, because they can send as many things as they want. It goes all the way up until senior year of high school. So I mean, I don't know if they do it all the way up there. Obviously, probably not. But yeah, she said she But she said that even some of the things go to like Washington, and they have like they have a whole nother, that's a whole nother, not that our kids wouldn't get there, but I mean, that's a whole nother portion of the program. So it's pretty big.
All right, thank you for doing this. So look for art reflections next year. And I think what is February is the due date.
It is,
Stuff needs to
yeah.
be turned in.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. We do have board member positions open. Vice president, which we are changing that name to president-elect. So the person, you know, kind of learns the role, comes in, and then moves into the president position. We will be looking for a secretary, potentially. And for treasurer, we've been putting out some stuff about treasurer, and now we have interest for treasurer, and so there's a few people. So we just say that there's interest for treasurer, and then we'll announce it again next month, and then in April, I believe, we will have a vote for, so ballots and a vote. And so anyone can put their name into that. So if you are interested in any of those positions, please let me know. And then we'll have some ballots. We'll have this one. So thank you for the people that are interested in these roles. New business. The only thing is I wanted to do a follow-up on the booster-a-thon that was presented last time. And I think through some discussion, that we felt that maybe not at this time, that we could probably do something in-house, and or there's other options just to kind of explore that a little bit.
I do. I spoke with Mrs. Clifford today. She is wondering if the first graders can give up one of their carpenter field trips that they normally do too. So they want to give up the one and try to go to the Omni Theater this year instead. She sent me a total cost with busing and everything that they need would be $700. So they would forego whatever it costs to go to Carpenter with busing and whatnot. She also had in here that the first grade has not requested the budget amount for reading A to Z for approximately 3 years, but in my recollection, I don't remember that ever being budgeted in the last few years. So I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about on that. But they are, would like to change up the field trips a little bit. So she just couldn't be here tonight to talk about it. So I'd asked her to drop me an email and I would bring it. So if anybody wants to read about it, talk about it. I don't know the dates or anything. And I don't know if with our budget already have been decided last August for this year.
So she's
something
looking
that
at
could
changing
happen
this for
year.
spring or for next year.
I don't know. I don't really know.
The science museum is coming up.
That's what it's science.
The Carpenter major stuff is where they take two trips to. One is in the fall or late winter, they study birds, and then they do insects.
I wonder what the price difference is, because I think the bulk of the field trip budget is busing.
Right. So that's why
It's a
she
small
wanted to
difference
bring
when
it
you
up.
have the two together.
Is it a big difference from when they went to Carpenter? Do we know what that was in the past?
It's one less bus ride.
So they would still go to Carpenter one time?
They would go one.
Yeah.
They've already
Right.
been
They've
No.
already been. They
in
went
the fall,
Yeah,
so she
so
wants
they
to
want to
change.
give up.
First graders? Are you talking
Not
first
yet.
graders?
They
First
won't.
graders
They
haven't
won't.
gone yet.
No, you're
They
thinking
haven't
of
gone
last year.
all?
No.
I don't think.
So they must be going soon.
I haven't
We
seen
go in
anything
February
yet.
The
usually.
Science Museum. That's all the only one that she's stated. At least Clifford.
And none of the rest of us have, as first grade parents, have heard anything about field
I don't
trips.
remember seeing anything either.
No.
You just
I don't know. I honestly don't know. She just wanted me to bring it up because they want to try, the fourth grade also does this, I guess. Or no, the fourth grade, yeah, they go to Omni.
They're going
also,
to
right?
Omni.
So there's something with their learning and whatnot that they want to tie in.
So do we have her budget for, field trips at all?
We have a budget for field trips.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't
But I
know what
do
they
not-
paid for
yeah.
carpenter. And I know that right now I put that invoice for the 4 sections of fourth grade going to Science Museum and Omni. But they have Flint Hills picks up their like, tickets and their busing.
Yeah, Flint Hills pays all of it. That's what she has. Flint Hills provides the field trip to the Science Museum for first and fourth graders each year. There's no cost to the school for either admission or busing. This year, as our fourth graders do first grade, we'd like to have our students attend.
If I'm not mistaken, it's an extra $2 or $3 per student to add on the theater. And so.
It's probably
Yeah, no, I'm just
Probably
wondering,
cheaper
I'm
if they're
just
not
trying
paying
to
for
figure
the
out
bus.
what the carpenter, I don't know what the carpenter, the previous.
Carpenter's usually like
others.
$350 a
So
kid.
they wanna piggyback on their, they're already going to the science museum, they just wanna add the,
I think so.
Right.
so that's gonna end up probably
It'll
being
be
cheaper
cheaper.
than a whole nother field trip to the Carpenters.
Just send, can you just
I'll just-
forward the email to us?
Yeah. Yep, I just wanted to bring it up, so
Yeah.
it's whoever you can look into money
I'll
and
have to
we'll
look back.
figure that all out.
Thank you. Did you have anything else?
Yes. Since I, will be taking this new job in 2 weeks, I start, and my hours will be 2 to 4. So I will be working 8:30 to 10:30 at Kaposia. I will be here from 11 to 1 to finish the school year out. And then I will be going 2 to 4 back to the district office in South St. Paul. I will no longer be in the school to do stuff. So for next year, somebody needs to take on the yearbook. You can add that to your list. And for accuracy's sake, it's about 10 to 20 hours of school day hours. You come in and take pictures randomly whenever something's going on. And it takes approximately 60 to 70 hours a year at home to do designing of the book, setting up the orders, collecting the orders, entering the orders, and rolling it all out. So I will finish it. I will start it, and then I'll finish it this year. I do. This is my 4th year, so I'm certainly willing to assist where I can, but I cannot choose that kind of job next year when I'll be working.
Have we ever considered having, when I was teaching, I did the yearbook with a group of students as
They
an
did do it
after-school
that way.
club. I
They
mean,
used to do that
with a teacher running it,
when
and
a
I don't
teacher
know.
was here doing
Yeah.
it.
So just because they're in the building, the students would go out with cameras and take pictures on the fun event days. Not that they need cameras because they all have their smartphones, but I don't know, just something to think about because that is a lot for one person to do. I mean, you've done a fantastic job, but I think that we could probably put some of that on our older kids. They would probably enjoy being a part of something like that.
Yeah, great enrichment opportunity for the kids.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would be willing to take that on. I'm not going to do it myself, but I would be willing to take it on if we would be interested in getting kids interested in like an after school thing.
That's how
I don't
Mrs.
know.
Cook did it.
Yeah.
But she was here with them
Right.
where she could give them direction during the day versus.
So maybe we could ask if there would be a teacher that would be willing to partner with me to do that with some kids. I don't know.
There's options.
Well, I think the student council historian, aren't they the photographer?
Right.
That's like the position.
Okay.
So I mean, that might be a
Mhm.
good task for them to work with the student
Yeah.
council.
And if you could create some sort of like, I don't want to say like a shutterfly count or snapfish, if there are parents that can submit pictures, or if there any of us are at events and take pictures, if people can just submit them to an account, then that can be part of that group's work to kind of sort them out. And
Well, and the teachers do that too. They'll have a lot of shutterfly.
Back when I did it, we sat in a room with all of our like scrapbooking stuff and like pasted pictures together. It was super fun. Okay.
Maybe we can use their photo storage as well.
Yeah, we can just have a Google Drive. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm willing to take that on and just, but not do it all myself. I would be happy to start a group to do it. Yeah.
The other one is I am the picture day coordinator for Fall, Spring, and Retake Day. Fairly straightforward. I think I was just available to be here to kind of run classes, and then I had volunteers in the gym doing the hair and whatever. Spring is a lot easier. Retake Day is a lot easier. It's just I would just come in by myself basically and do it. Spring is we only take pictures of the kids that are behind pictures, so we're not running all 610 kids through the process like we do in the fall. And the carnival stuff that I do, I will do it this year, but I don't want to stay on it for next year. I do the Munchie Walk, the Cake Walk, the bookstore, and the sand art, which is basically I take this side, I take the stage and that whole side. So for next year, you know, I'll need somebody to kind of take that on. And this year, I can get the stuff and all the supplies and everything, but I will not be able to be here to set them all up like I have in the past. So I will need volunteers for doing the setup in all of those 4 places because I will be working until 4.
We kind of thought that was coming, so we kind of talked about that. Not that I'm not heartbroken.
The other things I'm going to be keeping. The other things as of now I can do ordering red folders, art program framing and stuff in the summer. The other things I can handle for now.
Thank you for everything that you have done. And I mean, still look at all the things you're keeping on and very, very appreciative.
Well, I already said I did them because I could do them. And if I needed to step away, I would.
And with that in mind, that's one thing I'm so honored to be in this room with everyone that's here because everyone here is amazing and does such a good role. Kids at home, in the building, doing what we can, and just very appreciative of you. This is the cogs that make all those events happen right here. So thank you. And there's a lot of people that aren't in this room that do a lot of things behind the scenes. Like look at all the things Julie does that unless you were sitting in this room, you would just assume it just happens. You don't know all that goes into what everyone does. And again, there's a lot of people not here that do those things. So thank you for taking the time to be away from your kids and families to be here. Any other communications?
I think I'm supposed to look for a co-chair for the food for the carnival.
No, you're good.
No, I'm good. Just kidding.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, you're on your own.
Really, you're not alone, I promise.
Huh?
You're not alone, I promise.
Oh, okay.
No, you're the chair.
I know. Well, I thought I could handle it. I'm learning to say no. Did you get a lot of orders?
Anything else?
Just want to do a personal plug. So I'm the Daisy Girl Scout troop leader, and so February 6th we'll be selling cookies. My daughter is going to try to sell 2,000 boxes. So if you know you want cookies, please get my info, and I will make sure you get an order for Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, now there are other.
I have the labels for education. It was in the staff break room. Not sure if we need to leave it in there longer. I've had it in there for about a week. Would you guys say
It's probably good.
that's good? Do we need to, I don't know how it's been, do we need to go through it together to figure out what to order, or do I have
No, Julie
permission
usually
to
just
did
doesn't
it?
tells
Okay.
us what she ordered.
One thing we will not be getting though, Mr. Inns, is this minivan for you.
They know me well.
Okay.
There's actually a minivan that you can get with the labels.
Really?
too many. We do
Come on,
not.
kids, let's go.
And you can try to wait a minute. Could you imagine the
Actually,
kids
don't
that
do
be
that anymore, they got something better.
I've got an update on the children's museum, excuse me, the science museum.
Yes.
So it is an extra $6, so it's $12 total for the amphitheater and the museum admission.
Is
It's
that
$6
the-
without, that's the
So
field
$6
trip
above
price.
the
That's the field.
Yeah,
entrance cost.
yeah,
$12
so it's $12 per person with the amphitheater, $6 without.
Because about how many first graders do we have?
For
Ted.
classroom, about 100? I made that up.
That's gonna be
I can tell you in 2 seconds, I'll go get the exact number.
Because that would be about right if it was just over 100, if it was $6 a person.
First grade, we have 99 students.
Closer with 100.
So we'll just look at the differences, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Oh, really?
Make a motion to adjourn? In favor, say aye. All right, thank you for coming. Oh, yeah.